Hello, everybody. Welcome back to episode number 2 of the Walk-Ons podcast. We made it to number 2.
We made it.
It's amazing.
We made it to the second episode. First of all, thank you to everyone that listened. It was a very warm reception from episode 1, a little warmer than I think even we had hoped it would be. So
I think Doug thought 7 would be the views.
Yeah, that's what he put. It was over 7. The over did hit there.
My favorite part of the entire process was one day last week, a couple days ago, Rice calls me up out of the blue, and he goes, "Listen, I'm tired of people saying nice things about you. If this continues and people like you more than you like me, I'm ending this whole thing."
Yeah, no, I was like, this is my shit. I wanted to put this together, and everyone likes Doug.
Yeah, because Doug did his homework.
Yeah.
Doug
Guy
did his
number
homework,
4.
and he's rewarded. Yeah,
Guy number 4
Guy
over here
number
did his
4.
homework.
No, it was the 4th guy.
The fourth
fourth
guy.
Yeah, the
guy.
4th guy.
Fourth guy.
Listen. I've got a lot of nicknames. I'll take guy number 4.
Take the 4th guy.
I'll take guy number 4 over any of the other nicknames I have.
So we appreciate it. Again, you can follow us everywhere except Twitter is the Walk-Ons Cast on Twitter, the Walk-Ons PC on Twitter. We're trying to post clips on social. Make sure you follow us again. The other one, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, the Walk-Ons Cast, the Walk-Ons PC on Twitter. DM us or just email us things you want to make fun about Jay with at the walkonscast@gmail.com.
Absolutely.
Yes, so if you want to talk shit about Jay, email us there.
It's interesting. I asked friends. I was getting texts from people. Give me some honest feedback, and it was pretty good. 95% of it was really, really good, and the 5% pissed me off. I asked for honest feedback. They gave it to me, and I was mad at them. But, no, it was
There you
good.
go. Now you're
No,
the other
what-
side of a coach.
What were you mad about?
Okay, can I tell you this
I
real
don't
quick
care.
story? We have a mutual friend of ours. I won't even say his name. I'm not going to give him enough credit.
We'll call him.
He was pissed off because I kept interrupting Doug. So he totally got in my head. That's going to be a focus of mine.
Stop interrupting Doug.
I got to let guy number 4.
The 4th
finish
guy.
his
The
thought.
4th guy. All right, that means it's time now for episode 2 of the Walk-Ons Cast, and we've actually established everything. So we have games to talk about.
Yep.
We're going to start at the top. We're always going to start in the Big Ten, work our way down to JUCO and NAIA. So, Mike, you get to start Michigan and Michigan State. Which team do you want to start with?
Well, we can start with both. How about we go midweek?
That's right.
They had a little midweek.
A non-conference. I mean, did no one else want to come out
I think I overheard the announcer say they do it every year.
just to
Yeah.
get a game in?
And it was
because
so
the-
confusing to me that it didn't count towards big league play, Big Ten play. But so Michigan got the win. It was 2-0. A lot of kind of hey, let's see what this guy's got.
They used 6
things.
pitchers.
Yeah, right, which was cool. It was a 2-0 game. Luckily, it wasn't a 18-0 game, 21-0 game. So it was good for both. Both teams got to see, what do we got to work with when we get into Big Ten play? The Colby Turner name showed up again for Michigan. 1 for 3 with the walk. Evan Hager, local kid. There's not that many local position players on Michigan. I think Hager was a Catholic Central guy. I'm going to say it out loud, but hopefully that's right. He went 1 for 2. Greg Pace Jr., 2 for 3. Weren't that many stats for Michigan State, but I might have a little bit later when I go through Michigan State stuff. But overall,
Trent do.
well, let me go. I'd have to go to my next
Yes.
page. You'll find out how Trent did later. But he's been getting in the mix now.
All right, then Michigan on the weekend. They did drop 2 of 3 to Nebraska. They won on Friday behind a pretty strong performance on the mound. And then Saturday they got blitzed, and Sunday they blew a lead in the 9th.
Yeah, so I have in my one note here, it was the matchup of the weekend, that Friday game. It was Kurt Barr from Liggett, University Liggett. You guys know that school in Grosse Pointe, versus Ty Horn at Nebraska, and it was a great game. What did it end up? It ended up
2-1.
2-1. So great pitchers duel. Kurt Barr, 7 innings pitched, 0 runs, 0 walks. I love seeing that. 0 walks and 10 strikeouts.
We're going to have a few performances we talk about where kid goes like 7 or 8 and
Yeah.
7 with no walks.
Yeah, and I actually talked to one of the Michigan coaches today and just spoke like loudly about Barr, where he's a dude, right? He might not jump out on like those PBR type of things we talk about or perfect game things, but what he does is he wins. He's a dog. And Ty Horn pitched in, I think, the Big Ten championship last year, went 9 innings and was a badass. And in this game, he went like 4 2/3 or something like that. Kurt Barr won the matchup, which was pretty cool to see.
Yeah, it just hurts when you drop the Sunday game, giving up 5 runs in the 9th. That one hurts because you could have taken the series.
Well, did you see what happened?
Tell us about it. That's
Jay's boy,
Yes.
freaking Jet Buck, grand slam. Grand slam for Jet Buck. Jay.
Terrible.
Grand slam for Jet Buck.
Are we going to
Still,
get
that name's going to be on the all-name list.
I think we need to keep our all-name team to just Michigan guys. I don't think you want
Really?
Jet Buck. I mean, we have a bunch.
No, it's Michigan, dude.
Yeah.
Oh,
not-
Michigan, we can't put Jet Buck in there?
No, Jet Buck.
Do you
he's the one
like
who
or hate
inspired
Jet
it.
Buck?
I don't hate anybody, but
Okay, do you like or dislike Jet Buck?
I dislike the name Jet Buck.
Jay's been like that since he was a kid. If you have a shitty name, he doesn't like you.
Jet Buck does sound like a Street Fighter character.
I just couldn't believe when I saw it. Grand slam for Jet Buck. And I
The
was like,
one name he
That's
talked
a nice
about.
way of saying
Yeah.
Jet Buck sounds
think
like a
about,
Street
like, the
Fighter character. I'm
parents,
thinking
like-
more of a bounce.
You gotta have some. You gotta have some balls to name your kid Jet Buck. I mean, what if that kid's a total turd?
he's
Like-
not. He's hitting grand slams
know.
against Michigan.
But you didn't know that 20
Yeah,
years
you are
ago.
ro- you
Like
are
you're
rolling
sitting
the
in the
dice.
hospital and you're like, we're gonna call him Jet Buck. And
Yeah.
what if he's like a garbage man Jet Buck?
Yeah.
Again, he hits grand slams.
He does.
Hey, real
All
quick.
right, Mike, Michigan State. unless
No,
you
but
have
real
anything
quick.
else on
Yeah,
Michigan.
no, Michigan right now they're in 10th place in the Big Ten.
Yeah, they play UCLA.
Yeah, they're coming together, right? Defensively they look good. They got some hitters. They're 1-5 right now in the Big Ten, but stuff can turn around quickly because the Big Ten's so freaking huge. Upcoming, their midweek is at Oakland, or excuse me, it's at home versus Oakland. And then they got another one on Wednesday. So Tuesday's Oakland, Wednesday's Toledo, and then they're at Rutgers for conference play this coming weekend.
All right, Michigan State.
yep,
They took 2 or 3.
They did. They look good. They're coming around. I said something about it last week where it was kind of in reverse. Like pitching has been pretty good, and hitting was a little bit, we'll say, iffy coming out of the box. And now pitching staying good, and hitting has had a little bit of igniter. And Jay's boy, my nephew, got inserted into the lineup batting leadoff.
He goes Jay's boy, comma, my nephew.
Yeah, my godson, but it's Jay's boy.
He's trying to pawn him off. So no, Jay has the bias, not Mike.
So
I love Trent.
again, you guys know they lost their midweek. We just talked about it, but they had multiple pitchers. One kid, Logan Pecor, 2 innings pitched. It's a name that was a starter before. He's been coming in middle relief, so he's starting to come around for state. And then they got a lefty, Gavin Grudman, who I like. I love his mechanics. He's a whippy lefty. He did well. 2 innings pitched, 1 hit, no runs, no walks, 2 Ks. 2 names from the midweek was Isaac Sturgis, center fielder. He went 2 for 4, and Trent Rice, right field, 1 for 2 with 2 walks.
Nice.
So you see 3 times on base for your boy.
That's great.
Here's the deal with Isaac Sturgis. If you guys watch
boy.
Michigan State, we're all old enough. Does everyone remember Paul O'Neill?
yeah. Oh, yeah.
I remember that from Seinfeld.
Yankee.
Okay, so think about Paul O'Neill when you watch Isaac Sturgis. Like, there's something there.
I think he
like,
retired about the time I was born.
yeah,
so.
whatever. Just forget it. He's good. So, all right. So,
I know him from Seinfeld reruns.
It's good to be you.
so that was the midweek. There was your Michigan State stats for the midweek. Looking good as a team. They're getting better daily. Once Jake Boss figures out this lineup on what he wants to go with, I think they're going to be just fine.
I remember they hit a couple bombs in that first game on Saturday.
Yeah, we're not even there yet, Doug.
What are we going to spend 45 minutes on these
Hey,
two teams?
it
We
is.
got
His family
It's
plays for
38
him.
more to go,
It's,
dude.
it's the Big Ten and Trent's
We're not going to
playing.
do everybody.
All right, so
the
real
time.
quick,
This is
we'll
too
go
much.
we'll go quick. They went 2-1 at home against Iowa, right? And before this big blow up of the Big Ten, Iowa was like the baseball school, in my opinion, in the Big Ten. So I looked at this as a nice barometer for Michigan State. So they went 2-1. They won 2-0 game one. Aiden Donovan, 7 innings pitched, no runs. Great job. Good looking stuff from Donovan. Kamari Thomas 1 for 3 with a run. Dayton Murphy 1 for 4 with an RBI. Trent Rice 1 for 4 with a run. Our boy Isaac Sturgis 2 for 4 with an RBI. Okay, looking really good. They actually turned it into a double header here. So game 2 for the score 15-5 in 8 innings. Winning pitcher Carter Monk. So Carter's turned into their number 2 at State, which I think they were looking for, and he's doing a hell of a job. He's 3-2. He went 6 2/3, 3 runs, 2 walks, 5 Ks. Trent Rice 2 for 4, 2 runs. Dayton Murphy 2 for 4, 2 runs and an RBI. Isaac Sturgis 2 for 4, 2 runs, 2 RBIs, and had a triple. Couple more guys that are probably sticking out like a sore thumb that I didn't mention if you watch the game. Randy Seymour, big, long, lanky first baseman, 3 for 3, 2 runs, 5 RBIs, and a jack. I mean, what a ball game, 5 ribbies. Nick Williams went 2 for 4, and here's the coolest thing. So 8th inning, bases loaded, Adam Broski. Gosh darn it, the guys on TV say Broski. I know it's Broski. We've known him since he was a baby. Walk-off, run rule, grand slam.
See, I don't think you can call it a walk-off if it's a run rule.
It was.
It's a game
Well,
ending.
that's why I added it. Walk-off, run rule.
I know, but it's not as, like, it's still cool, like a grand slam to end the game, but it's a little different because we'll have an actual walk-off grand slam later.
If you throw anything middle in to Adam, it's yard work. Like, it's the craziest thing. You ever have those batters you watch growing up where, like, if it's in the zone, like Mark McGuire.
Yeah, tell me about Carl Yastrzemski.
Yeah, stop it. Stop. My dad could do that. So anyway, listen, that walk-off run rule grand slam was Jake Boss's 500th. So
why do
congrats to Jake
we've had a
Boss.
ton of I felt like over the weekend I saw 7 different milestone graphics from different teams.
Yep. Yeah, I think there was like 3, but
Yeah, well, there
Hyperbole,
were some that weren't Michigan college guys, but still.
yeah. So I think, by the way, they still had game 3, which was a loss, right? So
they fell in game 3, 8-3.
Yeah, game 3 was the doubleheader, right? So game 2, game 3 was the doubleheader. So they lost 8-3. Multiple pitchers. Bright spot, 2 bright spots. C.J. Deckinga, third baseman, freshman, went 2 for 4 with a run. The guy's got a freaking rifle at third, so I'm glad to see him starting to pick it up with the plate. And Wiley veteran Noah Bright, catcher, 3 for 4 with a jack. So good for him. Upcoming for these guys, they're at CMU on Tuesday, and they're home versus Purdue.
All right. So let's go to the MAC. We will save Central for last because there's going to be one thing we talk about a little more than the others with Central. Mike, let's start with Western. They dropped 2-3 to Ball State. They won the first one 2-1. They gave up. They had a 5-run ninth and then a 4-run ninth in games 2 and 3. They could have had a sweep, and
Yeah, well, first of all, I heard Doug take a deep breath. Like, is this going on too long for you, Doug?
I thought for the first 2 you were going to start talking about BP too. I mean, what are you doing, dude?
Maybe that is something.
Hey,
when I'm
hey,
scouting,
We only have so much time.
Hey, sorry, JUCO guys. The guys that already play in the Big Ten Network, we're going to talk about them a little bit more, but don't worry about it.
I'll be quick, but I really don't have to be quick because Javel.
Yeah, I'm gonna be real quick.
What kind of stuff
I'm gonna
is he
be quick.
bringing?
Bray's gonna run through some scores, and I'm gonna give a couple people. That's it. My segment's gonna be quick this week.
Currently, Western's tied for 3rd place. Okay, yep. I think it's important to know because we're going to pay attention to what these Michigan teams do. They're 6-3 in conference. They're 10-11 overall. They went 1-2 at home versus Ball State, which, if you follow the scoring, it was like I thought Western was going to sweep.
Yeah, they should have.
I feel like it was the bullpen kind of got. Kind of let it down a little bit, but let me see what I got for some stats. This Michael Malone, what's that?
The papers are shuffling next to me.
Freaking Doug, he's so excited.
He's got his type.
No, Michael Maloney,
Ready
the
to go.
shortstop, went 1 for 3. Mason Pilarski, freshman from De La Salle, went 1 for 3 in game 1. let's see, local product for Ball State in Game 2. I wanted to make sure I brought up. So Game 2, this was one where Western was up, and I was thinking, Western's going to get another win. And Jack Backus went yickety grand slam.
Yickety. I like that one.
Yickety grand slam. But I think he's
You said Midland before the game.
Did I say
before
Midland?
the
Yeah,
game?
Bay City-ish, up there. But either way, grand slam for Ball State. So that was one of the losses.
It's up there somewhere.
Yeah, so somewhere
there
north,
either way.
somewhere north of 69. Who cares?
They're only 30 minutes away from each other. No big
So
deal.
Western went, they went 2-3 this weekend. They're upcoming.
1 and 2. Oh yeah, 1 and 2.
Yeah, 1 and 2. Sorry about that. They're upcoming. They're at Notre Dame on Tuesday, and then at home versus UMass, which I think is a new addition.
They've been in the MAC like 2 or 3 years now.
Yeah.
All right, Eastern, they take 2 or 3 from Akron, including a walk-off hit by pitch in Game 2.
Yeah, there's your stats.
Yeah,
I mean, honestly.
Hey, they hit a 2-run bomb in the 9th to tie it, and then a walk-off hit by pitch in the 10th.
Well, how do they celebrate that walk-off hit by pitch?
You throw the bat down and go, let's go!
Yeah,
And
like
then you run to
what
first.
we would have done in the 80s and 90s, we would have ran and touched first. Now they, kids these days, they kind of dance around like they hit a home run or something.
I mean, they did just win the game for their team.
Yeah.
No, that's true. But young guys fine with
Hey, take it
celebrating
for the
by
team,
getting
right?
hit by
Take
a
one
pitch.
for the team.
I mean, I'd be excited that I won a game. What am I supposed to mope to first because I got hit by, and I didn't do it a cooler way?
Yeah, just
Because you know what Mike's saying as a coach, if I get out of the way, why the hell did you get out of the way?
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Could have won the
Yeah,
game.
lean into
True.
it a little bit.
Very true.
So,
Very true.
yeah, Eastern took 2 or 3. They get a series win over
Yeah,
Akron.
really cool. Good to see. They're upcoming. They're at Youngstown State for the midweek, and then I get an easy banger here soon because it's going to be EMU CMU this coming weekend, so it'll be good for me to watch.
All right, speaking of Central, they took 2 or 3. Let's talk about the actual games first before we talk about the viral moment from these games. Because there was a little bit of a controversy.
So game 1 was their only loss. They lost 10-1. Actually, their starting pitcher did well. He went 4 1/3, gave up 2 runs. Again, bullpen didn't hold up. Spencer Verberg 2 for 3. Shortstop Michael Correa went 1 for 3 with a ribby.
He practiced that in the car.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah. So game 2, they won 18-7. There was 18 total team hits. This
Yeah, so
Harrison Bowman kid, you're going to hear about him for weeks to come. He hit a grand slam. He had 9 RBIs. He went 4 for 5. One name that you'll see here a couple more times, starting to play. Nathan Ball is starting to play a little bit more and starting to hit a little bit more. Does that name sound familiar?
Yes.
You'll hear it in a few minutes. But he's starting to play a little bit, and he's swinging the bat and adding a nice pop to the lineup. CMU's upcoming. They're home versus Michigan State on Tuesday, and then they're at EMU, like you heard earlier, this coming weekend.
So now the big viral moment. We got that out of the way. When Tommy's going to get this video ready, Mike will watch it once, and then I know you've talked to some people, and then you will give us context before we say anything else.
And bear with us. Our producer fell asleep during Mike's segment because it took so long.
While we're talking about, didn't EMU's coach have a milestone like it's his first win?
his
Yeah, he got his
series
first win.
It was his first series win.
First series win.
Yeah. So, all right. So, for those listening, if we can get the video going.
Doug, you're showing off a lot.
So, this
today.
is in game 3. Kid from Toledo hits a slow roller down the line.
And gets trucked.
And just two-hand truck.
My disclaimer
I'm
here-
just
okay,
saying what
all right.
happened in the video.
That is a
And
two-hand
then-
trucking right
And then
there.
the kid from Toledo gets up
that's
and
a-
starts yelling, and the bench is clear.
That's a baseball.
Because there is no denying kid got leveled.
Yes.
Like, if that was college football, might have gotten a targeting penalty.
Yeah, that was tagging him out with a purpose.
That was tagging him out with, that's, anyway. So now, Mike, before we say anything else, now you can give us context.
Okay, I will, but I still want to give you something else too. So I told Brady this morning when we talked, I guarantee I'm going to be arguing with you guys, and I'm going to have a different opinion here because I feel bad for the pitcher, but we'll talk about that in a minute.
Oh, no. Explain that right now,
Yes.
because unless there's context to that, the pitcher just truck stick the kid running to first.
Here's the deal.
And I understand heat of the moment's baseball. You're between the lines.
That's
is what it is.
That's more than heat of the moment.
Coming from a guy that's played before, Jay has played before, and you make mistakes.
Yes.
We know it was a mistake. And the reason I feel bad for the kid, and yeah, Tommy, keep this going because there's a couple things I want to point out. I just feel bad because of this social media world. I put something on social media yesterday talking about Nathan Ball. Tommy, is it going to keep running? Because I want you guys watch the first baseman. Watch the first baseman. He's like, "What the f just happened?" And then he's like, "Oh shit, I'm a big boy.
Yeah,
let it roll. I'm gonna cover for my boy." So I was proud of Nathan Ball. He grew up playing with Trent. His dad's a good guy.
Now I get social media, you have one bad moment here. I don't know this kid. I don't know if this is his MO or if this is just his worst moment on a baseball field. But I'm just going to say it's not a good look.
No, it's not a good look, and it's not his MO, to answer your question. The game was this weekend was a tiny bit chippy. There's, a guy from what I've heard, a guy from Toledo broke up a double play a little hard, a little chirping back and forth. I think it was I'm going to say it out loud. I mean, I think it was an honest mistake. The kid was bracing himself. He's like, I'm either going to be getting... He was assuming he was getting...
That's a little more... But he's coming from the side. That's a little more than a mistake.
Yeah, I guess
it's a bad moment. I'm not gonna tarnish this kid's name, but he definitely... He should have a penance to pay for that.
Yeah. And
what's the word that's come out after all this? Anything?
Nothing. No, I haven't.
I mean, I'm assuming they're
pushed
suspended.
the kid from the side and he fell down. I mean,
it's more than a push.
The football guy.
Not,
football guy over here is like, that's
if he low enough,
just a little push.
If he'd have dropped his shoulder and put it in the middle of his chest, then I'd maybe.
I mean, there was a two-arm extension. There was an extension.
When you're running full speed, two hand. I mean, that pitcher looks like a decent-sized kid too. So I mean,
how hard is it to just put your glove out, boom, tag?
Okay.
What do you need the other hand for extending?
One thing I always remember, and I've learned more and more over the years, is these are kids. I know that they're 19, 20, 21. They're still kids, and there's grown men on national accounts talking shit about this kid.
Yeah.
And that's my point, is I feel bad about it, and it is what it is. Freaking move on.
Make him run some foul poles and call it a day.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, not a good moment.
No, I agree.
Nope. And that's the lesson is, hey, you're going to be defined by moments like that.
Yeah.
So
I hope not. I mean, I hope.
But that's now. Guess what? Everyone's going to know that when they hear Central baseball, that's what they're going to think of, at least for the next few weeks.
Yep. Give it up for Nathan Ball for blocking.
Yeah,
blocking
he
the
was
guy.
so
himself, the whole team. He's blocking the whole team. He was.
There. Well, if you watch the umpire, so the umpire is from Bay City, and he knows Nathan, but watch Nathan has no idea who the umpire. Watch this when he grabs Nathan's like, what the heck?
Nathan's
and then he's like, I'm about to get hit.
So. Now this was not a brawl. The bench was cleared, and there was
a baseball brawl.
There was a little bit of pushing. I just missed the bullpen running out from the outfield 20 seconds after everything finished.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway, anything else on Central before we can go to Oakland?
No, I do want to say something about them later, but we can do it on a later.
All right, that's fine.
Today.
So Oakland, I was at these games, and they dropped 2 or 3 to Northern Kentucky. I'll be honest, on Friday and Saturday, didn't pitch very well. They made some really bad. There was a couple bad errors, like fly balls that were just dropped. Friday was a little sunny. I get it, but they're plays that you expect to make. And I think in the 9-6 loss, they had 4 earned runs. So yeah, that hurts. 13-8, they just got stomped. The one bright spot is on Saturday, Aiden Shuck was a single shy of the cycle.
The kid is a dude, man.
I think he went double, home run, triple, and then had 2 more at-bats. I felt bad for him because he couldn't get the cycle.
It's weird. The easiest one was the one he didn't get.
Right?
Yeah.
He was thinking about it.
How did he look behind the plate? Was he catching that game?
He might have been the DH that game, but he caught 2 of the 3. I think that was his DH game. And then Sunday they did get a win. Ben Green, the freshman for him, pitched.
Big game, Ben.
Gave up a bomb about 8 pitches into the game that landed 70 feet over the left field wall, and then settled down and gave 5 scoreless innings after that. No, he was a stud for him. But the one other kid I want to give a shout out to, in Saturday's game, Andrew Landis pinch hit for Oakland. His first at-bat of the year.
Pitcher.
Got a hit, then got the start on Sunday in center field. And Tommy, if you can pull up, and then proceeded to make the most of his opportunities with the play. He's in center field, and he just keeps running back and jumps, and the ball sticks in his glove.
Yeah, at first glance, I was like, did he misjudge that because he's a pitcher? And he did not. The guy hammered the ball, and he went back to get it.
Yeah, that's a pitcher running back, and maybe didn't take the most direct route, but made a jumping catch.
Was that directly at him, like a straight line drive?
I mean,
those are the toughest ones to judge.
It's a little back.
He went
to the
back,
right.
dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's how about that for a kid who didn't have an at bat when the when this weekend started, gets a hit in his first AB and then makes a catch like
Is he
that.
kind of that sidewinder pitcher, like
He didn't.
guy?
He pitched. He closed out the game on Sunday.
Yeah, that's him. Okay, so back to Ben Green.
Yeah.
Like that's the sign of a dog.
Yeah, that gives up.
You give up a moonshot,
especially after you lost the first 2 games convincingly.
Yep.
Like it really felt like I was like, crap, here we go.
What do you think about him pitching on Fridays, even though he's a freshman?
I mean,
Fridays, you're number one.
I've seen 3 Oakland games. I don't think I know enough, but I would say the one game I saw of him, I was impressed.
Yeah.
So
what was it, Doug? What was it? Texas A&M that he pitched?
I don't think he it was Georgia.
Georgia.
Yes.
I thought originally he was supposed to pitch against Texas A&M, and he didn't end up getting put in that weekend.
I'd like to see him in those situations versus other number ones.
But I
That's
mean,
just my opinion.
He put up solid numbers against Georgia.
yeah, so those were a few of the bright spots for OU.
And his dad's one of the most quality human beings you can meet.
True.
So there's the Doug bias.
Yeah. Doug interrupted
for
me
sure.
once already today.
Oh,
So
so you
I'm
never
1-0 Doug.
You're so in your head about the interrupting.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, to the GLIAC. The GLIAC has 7 teams, so every weekend one team has a bye. So Grand Valley didn't start league play. They did go 4-0. They were down in Florida. They beat Embry-Riddle twice, and they beat Middle Georgia twice. In the first game against Embry-Riddle, Caleb Estrada was a double shy of the cycle. So
Is that Eric's kid?
sure.
Chips?
Yeah.
You would know.
No.
California
You got the
Highway
stash,
Patrolman.
Oh,
He
thank
does. Punch.
you.
He's punch.
Let's go, Pedro.
Punch.
No, just be like every drunk white woman at a bar and call me Morgan Wallen. So
Yeah, that's
Pedro Pascual.
I said Pablo Escobar, but
I
only
would-
from Narco.
we're rolling with Punch. Punch the rest of the
sure. All right. Well, sorry,
By the
Jackson
way-
Keys, because I want to talk about how you threw 7 innings of no walk baseball and 6 Ks, gave up 5 hits in the Game 2 win over Embry-Riddle.
Can we make that
Hold
a
on.
thing? No walk baseball.
No
I like
walk
that.
baseball?
No walks. Like let's
How
really
many innings do you have to throw to get a mention for no walk baseball? 5? Oh,
Three.
3?
5.
Three. Yeah.
Gotta be more than
Has to be
that.
It's college, dude.
You have
Five
to be
is
able
a
to
starter.
register the win.
You guys,
I like that.
5.
5 in a 9 inning, 4 in a 7.
Yeah.
My cousin pitched at Embry-Riddle,
thanks, Doug.
so
Well, you want to say your cousin's name at least?
Kyle Luger.
Okay. Yeah, snaps for Kyle.
Yeah,
Kyle.
he's
Kyle Luger.
straight boo. He pitched in USPBL too.
He's a good dude.
That's your
Anyway.
cousin?
Yeah,
Wow.
dude.
Yeah, Doug has an athlete in his family.
Oh, my goodness.
His first year pitching in the USPBL, because of COVID, you couldn't go watch the games, and he pitched, and some giant first baseman hit about a 700-foot dong on him. We couldn't go to the game, so I texted him after the game and asked him if they picked that one out of the river yet.
He goes, no. it was
Do the
only-
kids
it
say
was only like
dong anymore
302.
for home runs?
No.
I think so.
Do they? Dinger.
Anyway,
a dinger.
I'm glad we got to dive in about Embry-Riddle baseball. Aeronautical school. By the way.
Doug's cousin.
Hard transition to Wayne State.
Yep.
They took 3 of 4 from Parkside. They had won 11 in a row. I keep describing them as a hammer because they've been awesome. In game 1 of the series, Will Lowry, a Kalamazoo Valley kid, threw the first 9-inning no-hitter for Wayne State in over a decade, I believe it was. He just shoved for Wayne State to get the 10-1 win. 2 errors in the same inning, gave up the run. He had 1 walk, I believe, in 9 innings. So, I mean, throw a no-hitter. And then I felt bad because the next game, Gavin Nash threw a complete 7-inning game, gave up 5 hits, no walk baseball in game 2. But it just sucks because no one cares because you had to follow up a no-hitter.
Ryan Kelly and Hepner, they just find guys.
They only go like 90 miles from Wayne State. Like, if you look at the roster, it's never like north of Bay City, and it's like there might be a couple West Side kids, but it's never like west of Lansing.
They put you through the ringer when they're recruiting you.
And they've been playing well. In game 3, they hit 6 home runs as a team, which is ridiculous, especially when right.
Where was this? Where was this?
At Parkside, Wisconsin Park, Kenosha, Wisconsin.
Gotcha.
Do you know where Kenosha is?
It's in Wisconsin.
It's in Wisconsin. Yeah.
Wisconsin.
It's in Wisconsin.
I think they played a minor league park.
Sure.
I think
or maybe a college wood bat team, possibly. Anyway,
Maybe,
yes, because I think there's a Kenosha team. Anyway, enthralling stuff.
Kingfish. Sorry.
Tony Hatzigiorgio and Bennett Hitzelberger each had multiple home runs in the series. Hatzigiorgio had it in the same game. I think Caleb Sanders, Drew Hill, they both had home runs in that game. I know I'm missing one, and I apologize to who I'm missing. But, Wayne State, I mean, they took 3 or 4. They lost on Sunday 5-1 to have their 11-game winning streak snapped. But they're coming in hot into GLIAC play. They're getting ready to take on Davenport.
You know who you can
coming up?
You know who you can compare them to? Like Adrian. Right, like Adrian in the D3, Wayne State in the D2 area, where like if you're getting recruited by them, when I see a guy commit there, they're a guy.
Yes, you're going to have a quality dude.
Yep.
Speaking of Davenport, they swept Roosevelt. They won 10-1, 8-6, 22-0, and then 7-6. They had 18 RBIs on just 13 hits in that 22-0 game. Roosevelt walked 14 batters and hit 5 more.
That's got to be the worst game to watch ever.
That's just not fun for the team winning.
No.
19 free. 2 times through the order, you got a free pass.
Yeah.
Kevin, freaking tidy, man. What did I tell you last week?
I mean, Roosevelt's not great, so they did what they were supposed to do against Roosevelt. But, yeah, they're getting a chance to prove it against Wayne State. The one name that stood out as you look through, Cam Johnson had a few multi-hit games for the Panthers. And then Carson Lindau had a pinch hit walk-off hit in Game 4 to get the sweep for Davenport. Saginaw Valley took 3 of 4 from Purdue Northwest. Double digits were scored in 3 of the 4 games. They won 10-3, lost 13-12. 15-5 and 5-3. They had 3 home runs in the game they lost. Aaron Best, Lucas Mead, and Jack Sequin all hit bombs. And then in game 4, Sequin went on the mound. 8 innings, 6 hits, 3 earned runs. Did have 3 walks, so Mike hates him. And 5 strikeouts.
Wait, how many innings?
8 innings, 3 walks.
I'm fine with that.
Okay, it's acceptable.
Yeah.
So Saginaw Valley got 3 out of 4 against Purdue Northwest again, kind of what they were supposed to do. Michigan teams are kind of dominating that league, although Parkside had won 8 out of 9 before Wayne State took the series. And then in the GMAC, couple of splits. Go ahead.
Real quick, do you have what is the standings in the GLIAC?
Well, right now, I mean, that was the first weekend, so Davenport's in first because they're 4-0.
Okay.
And Grand Valley's 0-for, but they haven't played a game yet, and they're the preseason favorite.
It's going to be fun.
It's probably going to be Wayne State and Grand Valley leading the way, but I think Saginaw Valley and Davenport are going to have a big say in who wins it.
I'm telling you, Davenport. Are we allowed to say roll tidy? I know they do that on their little Twitter
You can do
handle,
whatever.
like,
You can do whatever you want, Mike.
I just
It's
didn't
your
know if
show.
that was like a kid thing or like a school thing, but you watch Davenport and freaking Kevin Tidy squad.
Okay. If you want to say roll tidy, you can say
Roll tidy.
There you go. In the GMAC, a couple of splits. Northwood split with Thomas Moore, and Hillsdale split with Malone. In the win for Davenport in Game 3, Lucas McKinney went 8 innings, gave up just 1 earned run, no walks, and 10 Ks.
Who was that for?
For Northwood.
Northwood.
Yeah, Lucas McKinney did that. Josh Getz had the walk-off winner for them in the 2-1 win. And then Hillsdale with the split. The one name that popped out in the wins was Billy Portrosky. He had 4 RBIs in the 2 wins. They did lose 8-6 in 15 innings.
They're going to win 30 games this year because of you.
Nope.
They are.
They're going to win 26.
Someone probably heard.
They're going to win 26 or 27 because they have split. I think they've split their first 2 seasons.
I'm gonna be rooting for them.
I'm just the last 10 years of telling you, if you want a team to go 26 and 29, Hillsdale's your squad.
Come on, Hillsdale. Let's take it to them.
D3 time. Time for Jay to do his homework.
Are we doing a drum roll or no? Drum roll?
First of all, the MIAA stands
We
for
don't have that kind of budget.
Michigan Intercollegiate Athletic Association.
Sounds good.
There we go.
Hey, pelota rorra.
All right, which team are we starting with? You want to start with Adrian?
Yeah, Adrian.
4 wins.
Who's
for
their
them.
coach? Who's their coach?
Oh, I think it's that guy we just interviewed.
Yeah, there you go.
Hey, we're going to interview. They haven't heard
We haven't
it
even
yet.
interviewed.
Oh, you guys haven't heard it yet.
Adrian beat Heidelberg and then swept Wabash College. They got 4 wins over the week.
Yeah, and I saw Brendan Willardson, I think it is.
Yep.
And please, guys, I apologize about the names if we butcher these
Stop
things. but-
apologizing. Everyone knows you're shitty.
Well, I don't want to hammer people's names completely, but Brendan Willardson, 3 for 5 with a run and an RBI. Jack Boyke went 2 for 4 with 2 runs, RBI. Ambrose Horwath got his 4th victory of the year. 5 innings pitched, 3 hits, 2 runs scored, 4 strikeouts. So, those are some standouts that I saw from that.
MIA has not started league play yet, just so everyone's aware, as Doug and Mike try to compose themselves.
I can't.
Alma took 2 of 3 from Ohio Northern.
Yep.
Hearing him say names is the greatest thing. ever.
He just added the Andrew Horwath.
It's probably not even how the name is said.
I didn't want
Not
to
even
kill
close.
I didn't want to kill his name,
All right,
man.
keep going, dude.
Tell us
Alma-
about Alma kids.
So Alma did have one win that stood out because it was 14-8 against Ohio Northern. Giuseppe Sapienza had a huge game. 4 for 5, 2 runs, scored 7 RBIs, had a walk. Out of those 4 hits, he had 2 doubles and a home run.
You're going to be saying his name every week. Like I'm telling you, the kid.
Stood out to me as soon as I saw that. 7 RBIs.
I wonder if Elmo's baseball coach will bust out the kilt.
Why does the football team do that?
Yeah, the football coach wears a kilt.
Albion, they beat Bluffton and then they swept Grace Christian. They beat them 4 times, so they got 5 wins. They packed that in.
Something's going on over there at Albion. They're winning some games. Like
Yeah.
they're what are they, like 10-8 or something like that?
I can.
Sorry.
I can.
And
look
they've
it
got
up.
the MIAA pitcher of the week, Daniel Brudswich.
All right.
Brudswich, I think it is. So he got the pitcher of the week. I think they won 15-1. He had his highest strikeout total ever, 12 in a game.
Yeah.
So complete game.
Albion is making some
They're
noise.
11-6 right now.
Okay. Maybe they're just posting their wins.
But
But it seems I thought they were like undefeated.
before this week, they were swept by Franklin. So,
Okay.
but yes, they have won. Outside of that, they lost their first 2, and then they've won 11 of their last 15.
Great coaching staff. Their kids are getting better. And
All right.
They're
I
making
don't really have
noise.
any other highlights.
no, that's
No,
everyone. No one else is expecting anything else.
All right. Calvin and Hope were both swept. Calvin was swept by North Central. Hope was swept by Wittenberg. Kalamazoo College beat UMass Dartmouth, Ripon, and Carleton, and in those 3 games scored 55 runs.
Wow.
That's a big series.
You're gonna have to pull up stats
55 runs.
because I'm pretty sure Jay didn't do anything.
No, I didn't pull up any stats
And
for
they
that
scored 55 runs, and I would love to see.
I mean, that's just reading off the roster at that point.
I mean,
You know whose kid plays
could
at
have made
Kelvin
that
now?
up.
Remember John Hill?
game. Yeah. Oh yeah.
The best swing I've ever seen.
Oh yeah.
And-
Lefty.
And I imagine his kid has the same
He had a
swing.
pretty lefty. It was
Do
almost
you
kinda
know
like
the
a Will
kid's
Clark.
name?
JT, it would be JT Hill, but he's a freshman, so I'm not sure how much he's playing, but he's going to be a dude.
He almost had that
Is
Will
that one
Clark
kid
swing,
from-
man, back
Yeah.
in the day, man. That
Is that one
big,
kid from
Tony
beautiful
Gwynn?
swing.
Stevenson that plays at Calvin? Is he playing?
Brock?
Yeah, Brock.
I don't know if he's getting in. That's
Oh
Jay's
my God! In the
responsibility.
first game, everyone got pinch hit for, so no one had more than like 3 at bats. Like legitimately, 20-some kids had had base hits or had at bats. The second game, a lot of the same. Just so many pinch hitters and pinch runners. I mean, that's what you do when you're up 1,000.
We're going to talk about like D3 and D1 things with Coach Rainey, and it's like go watch a Kalamazoo Adrian game. and you guys will freak out, like how good baseball is at that level.
No one gives a shit about trying, and Olivet drops 2 or 3 from Ohio Wesleyan. So that gives up that finishes up the D3. MJCAA, let's go to the East, and Doug, who does the fourth guy, Doug.
Everyone's excited
Guy
about
number
the fourth
4.
guy.
All
Guy
right.
number 4. Who do you want to start with?
Well, let's start with the teams at the top. Jackson and Macomb, they all went 3-0.
Yes, they did. First off, Macomb's coach got a little upset with me last week because I highlighted SC4. So let's go ahead and start talking about them first. Number 1, they have my best name so far, Vito Zito
Zeets.
for the Monarchs.
Zito.
We call them Zeets here in the hood.
That is just such a classic name.
Vito Zito sounds like, you're just a random white guy and someone says, hey, make up an Italian name. Vito Zito.
You know what else it sounds like? Don't make fun of his
Yeah.
name because you ain't going to be back on the show next
Cement shoes.
Something's going to happen.
I'll be sleeping with Jimmy Hoffa.
Now-
So,
I said I liked it, so I should be. I should
you're
be
good.
safe.
and your last name is Clementi, so
Yeah.
you're good.
Yeah,
Hey,
we're-
real quick, Vito Zito is a dude. And I hope that we hear his name more and more every week. He's getting like a little bit of time. This is not me interrupting you. It's me adding, correct?
You can add on. That's fine.
I'm a huge fan of Vito. He's a hard worker. I happened to meet him last year when I was helping out at De La Salle, and he is just a hard worker, and it's awesome to hear that he went Yick.
Yeah, he's hitting 400 and he's got a homer on the year. Greg Burns had another good outing this week. Ada Manziel had a couple of saves. Zach Grindy was 6 for 8 on the week with a homer.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Yeah, Macomb looks good, dude. They look like they're geared up to make a good run.
Wins over run rule wins over SC4 and Mott, and they beat Henry Ford 8-7. And then Jackson, they are the other team that goes 3-0. Beat Schoolcraft 9-4 and Mott 7-3, but the big one was against Henry Ford.
Yes, sir. Jake Hedenreich had a big weekend at the plate. Gavin Harold and Joey Miller both had good starts. Miller had 2 wins on the weekend. And Landon DeVay had a walk-off grand slam.
Now that's probably the coolest thing you can do in baseball, right? Outside of like a perfect game or a no-hitter, a walk-off grand slam.
Yeah. Not a walk-off grand slam run rule
yeah,
for
no.
Jake Boss's 500th win.
No, this one's cooler.
Okay.
This one is undoubted, especially to knock off the team that won the conference the year before.
Gavin Harrell, the Jackson kid, 6'6", fireballer. Big dude from Ohio. It's probably like 93-ish, 94-ish. So, again, another name you'll be hearing from Dugan.
All right, let's talk about Doug's favorite SC4.
SC4
They got to win.
got their 5th win, so they matched last
Yeah.
and it-
Hey,
and it
let's
was
give
like-
it up for them.
And it was like the first win over a team from Michigan in like 2 or 3 years.
Yeah.
I will say, and I'm not sold on this yet. I've heard some complaints about it, but I don't know if you've seen their hats.
I like them.
I've heard people that don't like
The
hat.
like skipper guy.
No,
No.
it just
It
says-
says SC4 in big
Oh yeah,
yellow
the
letters.
new like it's the like simplistic corporate logo.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like their new logo that they
like
brought
it.
to the last year or two. I'm fine with it.
Who's complaining about it? Put their name on blast, right?
Some cool names that I get to talk about. One kid, Caden Shankowski. I know him personally. His girlfriend's father was my assistant coach, and
Goodness.
his little brother played for me. He came to a lot of games. Had a great outing, 6 innings, 3 earned runs, 4 Ks against Mott.
Doug complains about how long Mike's goes and then
Oh,
plays
that
girlfriend,
B-Rod-
friend's
okay.
brother.
Then plays
Right.
7 degrees of
Yeah.
Doug.
Yeah. His girlfriend's
I'm
friend
blowing
brother used to
through-
golf with
Hey,
his cousin.
hey, my cousin went to a USPBL game.
Another kid that I don't know, but he's cousins with my center fielder,
This is getting ridiculous.
Aiden Carolden, 5 innings, 3 earned
Yale
runs
kid.
against Macomb. You know Ryan, his
We
brother.
know Aiden. He played for a club that we're familiar with.
Yeah, Carson Carroll went 4 innings, one
Another kid.
run in relief. Logan Bach had a save. Adam Lasky threw well to the pen. Mason Gobelek, Owen Hill hit well, and Will Wiegand hit a grand slam against Schoolcraft.
A lot of grand slams.
It is cool, guys. Like we're making fun of Doug, and thank you for the
Yes.
research. But like, SC4 is getting some wins, dude. Like, good for them. That's a true statement. They went to Florida, year or two ago, had like maybe a win or two, came back to Michigan
and then
with
did
0
win.
wins.
Yes. Next up, Mott. They also went 1-2. They did beat SC4. They got beat up a bit by Jackson and Macomb.
Kid I mentioned last week, Luis Dupuis, was 360, 3 for 6 in the last 2 games. Carson Haddad went 7 innings, 0 earned runs, 6 Ks.
Any walks?
You know what? I didn't notice that.
Doug, get your shit together.
Seriously.
This is a walk.
Timmy Getz went 2 for 2 with a double against Macomb and 2 for 4 against SC4. And Trenton Crewalt went 2 for 3 with a double against Jackson.
All right.
Hey, quick question.
Yeah.
What day did Macomb run rule SC4? Do we have that date?
I think
Thursday
it
or
was
Friday. Or yeah.
I bet you it was Friday. Thursday, the podcast came out.
Yeah.
When Doug was all over.
Yeah. He got him fired
I
up.
said one nice thing about SC4.
Oh, yeah.
He didn't even disparage Macomb. He just said a nice thing about someone else.
Yeah.
And Nick goes, really?
Oh,
All right,
yeah.
bet.
Yeah. I'm coming on your show.
And Schoolcraft, they did go 0-3.
Yeah,
They lost
tough
to,
week.
Ford, Jackson, and SC4.
Talking to their coach, tough week. Got a lot of guys in scoring position, couldn't get the big hits. Jace Walorski was last week's MCCAA East Pitcher of the Week. Tayshawn Eatman and Tony Menendez both been big contributors at the plate and on the bench and on the bases. Jesus, I'm struggling right now. And Matthew Bark had 3 appearances with a 0 ERA.
Now, how are you connected to Matthew Bark?
Yeah. Any cousins?
Yeah.
Got no cousins.
Did you
on
play
that
golf with like his
Yeah.
godfather or something 10 years ago?
No.
All right. In the north, they all went south and they went to Sandusky for I'm just gonna call it's like a travel tournament.
Yeah.
They all went down there and they all played like a round robin.
It's a great
tournament.
idea, right?
I mean, Bay College is probably under 2 feet of snow still.
Yeah.
Alpena's under a foot of snow. And like Muskegon is probably not great. Delta's not great. Like you're just not going to play any games. So they all just went to the same spot in Ohio and played. Mid-Michigan, GRCC, and Alpena all went 4-1. Mid-Michigan beat everyone except GRCC. GRC beat everyone except for Alpena. And Alpena beat everyone except for Mid-Michigan. So they kind of split there as they punched the microphone. Muskegon, they lost all 3, beat Delta and Bay. And Delta only beat Bay because Escanaba's in the North Pole. And, like, I know we kind of joke about it, but they maybe have had, 1 outside practice, 2? How are you supposed to get better?
Yeah. I don't know. I was impressed that they had that tournament.
So they did that. So yeah,
There it is. We're good. Good.
Yeah, it's
Next.
I mean, it's just they all had to go there because everything's under snow. All right, let's go to the West real quick.
Who's got that? Is that me?
Oh, that would be.
Oh my
I don't have
gosh.
anything. So
Okay, good thing I did your job for you.
that's why we got you.
All right, Kellogg 3-0 beat Lansing and Glen Oaks and Kalamazoo Valley. Lansing 2-1. They lost to Kellogg. Beat Kalamazoo Valley and Lake Michigan. Lake Michigan also went 2-1. They beat Glen Oaks and Marion Ancilla, the team from Indiana. Glen Oaks 0-3. They lost to Lake Michigan, Kellogg, and Ancilla. And Kalamazoo Valley 1-2. They did beat Ancilla. So Ancilla does suck, and we don't
I
care.
think that's like 13 wins in a row for Kellogg now.
Don't try to act like you studied anything.
Well, no.
What about your boy?
I'm
You
saying.
didn't look up your guy, dude.
Yeah.
Gavin.
Oh, Zach
Zach.
Kucharczyk. I didn't look at him this.
And then
I mean, seriously?
Like,
the one thing.
you brought us one name last week, and you couldn't look him up for this week.
I
And he
just
committed
didn't do
like 2 days later to Davenport.
He was, he was already committed, and Jay.
He committed.
Jay,
It's all because
I
of
sent
me.
you guys that text. I go,
Yeah.
he committed to Davenport. That's pretty cool. Jay's like, because he heard the podcast.
Yeah.
It's because they heard the podcast.
Yeah, because Jay mentioned Kucharczyk. All right, we'll
Like
go
the
through
shitty guy named me.
the NAIA. Aquinas actually had a nice weekend. So the WAC will play two-game series because they're all kind of close to each other, so travel's not as big of an issue. Aquinas swept Lawrence Tech 6-0 and 7-4. For Aquinas, Sam Pollock in the 6-0 win went 7 innings, 6 hits, 2 walks, 5 Ks. In that one, he was the one standout I saw. Madonna has a kid we're just going to talk about. I mentioned it last time, Amir Mitchell. He is now he now has 12 home runs, which is tied for 5th in all of NAIA. Madonna split with Defiance and then swept Lords 13-3 both games. Cleary got swept by Indiana Tech, but then swept Rochester. So they came out even Steven on the weekend. Yes, Mike.
100th win for Drew Mackey at
Yes.
Gary. There's another one of your
Yes.
milestones.
He's been the only coach there, right, in the
Yeah.
4 years.
Pretty
So,
cool.
Yeah.
Wait, 12th
no.
home run gets you in 5th
Yeah,
nationally?
the first guy is a guy from like Oklahoma Baptist with like 17.
You'll see, like, if you look
Had
up
they played a lot more games or something?
No. Maybe
NAIA,
a little bit.
NAIA in the South, like Georgia, Gwinnett, all those guys, it's like 46 home runs, 54 home runs.
Oh, no kidding.
There was a guy we coached in the USPBL that came from Georgia, Gwinnett, and he said his middle infielders were in the Atlanta Braves organization. They got released, and they're like, we're going to play NAIA baseball. Like, in the South, NAIA is no joke.
Yeah, so I mean, but to have 12 bombs through at this point in the season is ridiculous. For Cleary, Brendan Seaman went all 7 innings in a win.
It's
Saman.
Saman.
Well, thank you. Well, it's spelled Seaman.
Yeah,
so,
Saman.
Thank you, Mike.
Well, I knew. Look,
yeah,
who's sitting, look who's sitting to your
said his
left.
name, I'm
How did you
giggling.
not jump in on that?
He did.
Well, I
Did you
did. I
see
started
him?
laughing.
No, Mike saw the bomb and jumped all over it. Saman went 7 innings pitched, had no earned runs against Rochester in one of their wins. Lawrence Tech, they only played 2. They split with Northwestern Ohio. They lost 1-0 and then won 11-1.
I have a shout out for Lawrence Tech.
Go ahead. Because people were getting mad at you that you didn't do it before.
Yeah, I'm gonna. And the thing is, he has the stats. I did not get a text from him. I got a text from his teammate. So to be clear, the kid's not like it's
that's a little
it's a
better.
teammate sticking up for him. So Avery Broll, former player of ours at Cardinal Mooney, says, "When the hell are you gonna mention Brady Lee?" And I'm like, "What are you talking about?" Well, what's his stats? Because I'm not looking it up.
I can't Google.
Brady Lee, outfielder, really good athlete. He was at De La Salle last year. He's batting .300 with an .833 OPS with 13 ribbies. He has a .416 on-base percentage, and he leads the team in extra base hits.
That's
So
pretty
for
good.
a freshman, that's a good thing, right? NAI is
Really
those are 4-year schools. Big lefty swing, good for him. Former or current Detroit Prospects collegiate player too, so it'd be fun to watch him play.
2 bats that stood out: Luke Weinberger and Gavin Markowski combined for 6 RBIs in the win against Northwestern Ohio. In the loss, Kenny Wright went 7 innings, 6 hits, 1 earned run, only walked 1, struck out 5, and lost. That's rough.
1 walk.
1 walk in 7 innings.
Good for him.
Cornerstone beat Siena Heights 7-3 and then 25-1.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Are you like throwing off at that point?
I
Like,
don't-
You know how
I-
you do that, right? Like, hey, we're down 10-0. Let's just.
That's not. I don't
Send
have that
the-
answer.
Send the outfielder.
And then they split with Rochester 13-11 and 15-1. In the 25-1 win, 12 players had RBIs, including Thomas Rupp, who had 5. So that's pretty good.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. Siena Heights was swept by Cornerstone and split with Northwest Ohio. Siena Heights also lost to Northwest Ohio 21-4. So they lost 25-1 and 21-4, but still got a split. So I don't think Northwest Ohio is going to win the league this year because they just split. And U of M Dearborn got swept by Lords and Lawrence Tech. And there's all our teams. We made it through.
Good job.
Yes.
Good job, everybody. Jay,
Jay learned a little more this time.
stay
did.
shitty, Jay.
I'm
Stay
gonna
shitty.
stay shitty because you needed me to do that so we could speed that up.
That's true.
We just don't need to know how everyone's connected to Doug. So, all right, now that that's all done, we are going to get to our guest. But first, I want to let you know our show today is sponsored by Detroit Thread Company. Detroit Thread Company is a top servicing embroidery and uniform provider in the Metro Detroit area, delivering premier sports embroidery and uniforms for teams, schools, and organizations. They provide high-quality stitching, custom designs, and durable team apparel that stands out on and off the field. Call 866-382-4287 to get your team or organization geared up today. And with all that said, now it's time for our first ever guest here on the Walk-Ons podcast. And, well, let's get a living legend in here to start. Adrian, head coach, and athletic director Craig Rainey. Hundreds upon hundreds of wins. An all-time legend here in the state. Coach, thank you so much for coming on.
Appreciate it, guys. And that's one spot I never hit in the order was leadoff, being a catcher. They never thought I was fast enough to hit there. I thought I was fast enough, but they didn't. So
So let's just start with
Thanks
this.
for having me.
Of course. Did you ever imagine you'd be coaching at Adrian for 33 years when you started this off, have, 800 plus wins? Did you ever envision this for you 3 decades ago?
No, I actually probably not. I'd like to say I did, but I kind of got into coaching, kind of thought I was going to go in and be a teacher and kind of started down that path, with my education at Adrian, and then just found out that wasn't probably the career I wanted to have. Wanted to, got into baseball. I've always loved baseball, played my whole life. Actually, while I was in college, coached some travel teams, younger travel, 10, 11, 12-year-old travel teams to make some money in the summer. And just kind of, caught the coaching disease, I guess, if you want to say, during that time. And then I graduated, went to grad school, and Adrian came calling and made a coaching change and asked me to be an assistant, and it all just kind of fell into place. Got into it a couple of years as an assistant, and once the bug bites you, you're like, yeah, this is what I was supposed to do, and this is what I want to do. And like I always say, I'm just a big kid. Like, I could never give up the game, and I wasn't good enough to play after college, so this is the next best route to stay in the game and get to hang out on the field.
So you mentioned you were a catcher. Why is it always that catchers seem to make the best coaches?
It seems like it too, doesn't it?
Right,
It
all
really
the
does.
time.
Yeah, I think when I was growing up, all the technology wasn't there, right? We didn't have coaches calling pitches, and we didn't have all of that stuff. So you kind of had to learn the game, and you had to, I think, sitting behind the plate, you see the game from a different light than you do, on the field, trying to play short or second or center field. Like, everything's in front of you, so you kind of see the way the game moves. And then obviously you have to work with a pitching staff, and you get to understand them and how they operate and how you got to go about getting guys out. So I think it's just, I've always said, I think catchers are kind of coaches on the field, and they have to be. So, yeah, I think that helps the transition from, playing to coaching.
Yeah.
So kind of like a quarterback?
Oh my gosh. Hey, you'll find out, Coach. Doug's a football guy, and he tries to sneak in football questions all the time. So this might help you, Doug. So, Coach, I got one for you. It's a slight left turn, but being the athletic director and the head baseball coach, I saw a video. I think what was it? Gruden got shipped a bunch of Adrian stuff and talked about all the sports. Yeah, is there 53 sports at Adrian?
Well, there's 53 teams. We have multiple.
Oh, I'm sorry,
teams
53 teams. Yeah, geez, oh, Pete.
Yeah, 53. We have multiple teams in hockey. So we have club hockey, NCAA hockey things, but 53 actual teams. Yes.
How the heck did you find time to hang out with us today? Doing all.
Well, I mean, yeah, this is something fun. When you asked me to come on, I couldn't say no. This is fun.
Yeah,
So.
yeah. No, we're happy to have you, and I will start wanting to dig into a little bit about the baseball program if you're okay with that. It's going to be it will be high level, but I really want to hear it. I think me. I'm a nut about this stuff, but what do you think differentiates Adrian baseball from other schools in your conference, right? I know you guys are all close. You all talk to each other. But what do you think is a big difference maker?
I think expectation level and culture are two big things that we've created here. I think stability. I'm very, very fortunate. One of the reasons I get to do this is, from the athletic director's side, I have a great staff with me that takes a lot off of my plate and helps me with day-to-day operations. And I would also say that about my baseball coaching staff. All the guys that are currently on our staff are Adrian College guys.
Yeah.
My longtime assistant, Coach Klotz, he played for me, was here when I first started, has been with me ever since. The guy can coach anywhere in the country he wants to coach.
He can talk to anybody too, can't he?
He can sell anything, any turf in the
gosh.
country you want him to sell to.
Yeah.
But he's just it's like having two head coaches, right? He's been at it. I don't know, 28 of my 30 years, I'm 33
wow.
years I've been coaching. He's been here with me, and we know how to work together. Coach Solis, we coach travel ball together, and then he's been here for 12, 13 years now, works with our outfielders and our hitters. Coach Harrington helps me with the pitchers. He actually got the first win for me in my college coaching career. He was on the mound.
Wow.
Against Loris College back in the day. Still can remember that game, but he's been with me, helping me. Ben Sullivan, Easton Rogers both played for me here and help out. So I think it's like when you talk about a family atmosphere, it really is a family atmosphere. Like, guys come back to the program. Our guys that have been in the pros come back and work out, train here. And I think it just all helps, build the culture, build the expectation level. And I think that's really probably the biggest thing.
So when you're building up a program like Adrian, you're going out trying to find kids. How do you approach that? Because obviously every kid, growing up, they're like, oh, I'm going to go be a D1 athlete, and they have these huge dreams. How do you convince them that, hey, Adrian's a place to go, a place where you can come and develop and become the best baseball player you can? What are those conversations like, and how do you go through that recruiting process with them?
Yeah, I think you hit the nail on the head, right? Everybody wants to play at, Florida State or, Vanderbilt or somewhere like that. But, I think you got to sell them on your program and what you have to offer. We've been very fortunate here. We have great facilities. If you haven't been to our facilities, come check them out. I would stack them up against anybody in this area. Our field is awesome. We have a locker room, right in the dugout, right off of the dugout. We just built a $12 million dome to practice in the winter that most schools at any level don't have. That we can do virtually anything. We can scrimmage live in there. We can do whatever we need to in January and February when the weather's awful outside. We have our own hitting facility with 6 full cages in it. Hit tracks, Rapsodo, like whatever you need. We have all the technology in there. So I think, we do have Division I facilities at a
100%.
Division III school. And so I think that's a big selling point. I think winning's a big selling point. A lot of people don't know. I mean, in what would it have been, 21, 22 summers, we had 7 guys playing pro ball. We've had guys drafted. So I always tell guys, if you can go, to a Division I school, if you're the 30th man on a 30-man roster, you're not playing, past, college. You come here, you're an All-American, you put up the numbers, you play every day, you do really, big things. You have the chance to play professional baseball too. You gotta play and put up numbers if you want to play at the next level. It doesn't matter what name's on the front of your jersey.
So you mentioned something I want you to go back to about all the technology you have. 30 some years ago, it's like the old Moneyball scene. Oh, he's just got that grit about them. I like the way he walks into a room was kind of the joke about how people used to evaluate baseball players. Now you can know how every stitch turns on a baseball. As a coach, how did you incorporate all that? Because I have to imagine the way you evaluate players now was a lot different than you did in the 90s.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it was all going out and seeing them, right? And now you got PBR and you got all the scouting services. We go out still, and we will always go out because I think the eye test is the final test. But you can go on PBR and you can see everybody's video, you can see their numbers, you can see spin rate and exit velo and 60 times. I mean, everything you need that you used to have to go out and do yourself. Now it's all right there at your fingertips now, so it makes it a little bit easier. But I think there is still a combination between grit and grind and guys like that are just, I call them baseball dudes.
Yep.
We had a baseball dude here, like Ryan Doro got, he got drafted, got a chance to play, got some games in the major leagues. And I told every scout when, they're like, you just got to come out and see him. Because he's not going to run the fastest 60 time, and he's not going to, light you up with anything, but when you watch him play, your jaw's going to drop and you're going to be like, hey, like, who is this dude? And he can play. So I think there is still that eye test. And there's the numbers and there's the combination. And there's some guys out there that are just baseball guys, and like they're going to play and be successful, and their numbers may not, necessarily, indicate that right on paper. So I think it's just a combination between both of them and the stuff.
Yeah, I totally agree. That the numbers, the PBR, I like it. It almost gives Coach Rainey like a head start.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this guy throws 82, so let's go take a look at him. But then he goes and sees, how's this guy treat his teammates? How does how hard does he work on the field? But I'm going to ask you something about. Actually, I'll give an example real quick, and we're going to talk about Gunner a little bit if it's okay eventually here.
Sure.
Last year or 2 years ago, Coach Rainey's son was his assistant coach, Gunner Rainey. And same scenario with the scouting thing. We had a kid named Mason Stempen that played in our club and doesn't jump out of the building or whatever term you want to use when you see PBR or you see 60 stats. And, I called Gunner. I said, there's a kid. You just got to take a look at him.
Mm-hmm.
Just go watch him play. Gunner Rainey, coach's son, watched him take infield pregame. And he goes, that's a guy. Right? So there is still that temperature check that you just see a kid play versus the stats that work. And I think that's where Coach Rainey does a good job. So I'm going to stick with Gunner. He was one of the pro players that you referenced. I think, what did you say, 6 or 7 pro players, 8, 9 pro players you had?
Yeah, 6 or 7 at one time. I mean, in 1 year, we've had more than that, but at one time.
Tell us a little bit about how that was being a college coach at such a high level, producing college coach. Actually, I don't know if you can see this or not, but my phone is ringing. And it's Gunner Rainey, wherever the
He knew.
and we're not live. We are not live.
No, he must have known.
I called him to try to get some dirt on Coach Rainey, but
He's probably got some. He'll tell you.
What was it like? I coached my son. I've coached my nephews throughout high school baseball, but never obviously at the ranks that you're at. What was it like coaching your son, and would you do anything differently, or just tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, I mean, I think it was a remarkable experience. I encourage people. I've had other coaches call and be like, what do you think? Like, how did it go? Like, give me some advice. My son's coming up. Like, I don't know, how to handle it, what to do. And I encourage everybody to do it if it's the right fit. And like, here's the thing with Gunner and I, we've always had a pretty good relationship when it comes to baseball. Like I told him through the whole recruiting process when he was coming out of high school, like, hey, Adrian's been great for me, and it was a good place for me to go to school. It's been a great place for me to coach. It may not be the place for you. Like, this has got to be your life, and you got to live your life, the way you need to. So we made visits. I went with him. We visited 4, 5, 6, I don't know how many, around between 4 and 6 colleges. And, and the funny story is, like, he called me one day and he's like, hey, how do I commit to a school? And I'm like, well, you probably should call the coach and, have a conversation. And he's like, okay, well, I'm doing that right now. And
that is awesome.
Because I honestly didn't think he would end up at Adrian. I thought he was going to try to test the waters. And, he'd grown up. He'd been in our dugout. He'd been our bat boy. He'd traveled down south with us. He rode the bus to games, like the whole 9 yards. And, like, I really just thought he was going to test the waters. So, like, it was kind of a shock to me that he came here. But it was really a blessing for me and our program, because you know how it is. Like, our program runs, the same time as high school. So, like, I never really got to see him play a lot in high school. But Coach Solis, his son, and Gunner are the same age. So we coached the travel team in the summer. So that was kind of my time to spend with him and watch his career and kind of help him. And then he decided to come here, and it was great. I mean, I was up front with him. I'm like, listen, the standard's different.
Yep.
Like, you can't miss practice. You can't be a minute late. You can't dog a sprint. You can't miss a rep in the weight room. Like, because as soon as I let you do that, I've just opened the floodgates for everybody here. So like he knew coming in that the standard was different. Like he had to walk a different walk and do things different. But he bought into that, and obviously it worked out great for him, and it worked out great for our program.
Yeah, yeah. I know you know this, but what a great, great gentleman. And part of that probably, it has to do with probably growing up playing for his dad, right? Like 100% you hold those guys accountable a little bit more than maybe the extra guy because the eyes are on you when it's your son out there.
Yeah, yeah, and it helps that he had a great career, right? Like
Yeah.
it helped that he could go out and put up numbers and do what he did and lead our program to a World Series and help us do all that stuff. So it was great.
Yeah, really cool. So 2024, 2025 Coach of the Year.
Mm-hmm.
What are we doing this year, Coach? How's the team? How's the team looking?
Yeah, we're all right. We're plugging along. We're trying to get better every day. We've played a tough schedule so far. We've played a lot of ranked schools. We've been down south, done a lot of the traveling. We have yet to play a home game, so we're 11-4 and haven't played at home yet. Got some good wins against some good schools. Got dropped a couple that we probably shouldn't have. But yeah, we're getting better. We're getting ready for the league to open up this week or this weekend. We got a tough game with Worcester this week, midweek game. They're 15-4 right now, so it'll be a good test for us. Midweek game, and then we start with Alma this week.
Okay.
In the conference. So yeah, just trying to get geared up, ready for that, and get our legs back under us. It's been a lot of travel. We've been in Alabama, Georgia, North Carolina, Indiana this weekend, and since I think the third week in February, we've been on the road. So it's been a long journey.
Yeah, holy cow.
Lots of warm weather though.
Yeah, better than here.
Yeah.
Jay, did you have something?
Actually, yeah, I did. I wanted to ask you, Coach, 33 years coaching. I mean, from the first season you started, what has changed to now? How has your philosophy evolved over these years?
I like it.
Yeah, I think it's changed a lot. I think if you talk to Coach Klotz, he'd probably be honest with you. Like I was a tough dude to play for early in my career. Like it was, like you think you have a lot of answers, you think you know a lot of things. I wouldn't want to say it was my way or the highway, but it was probably close to that. I think I hope that I've evolved into being more of a player's coach. I would say the guys that come back now say I'm a lot softer than what I was before, which may be true, may not be true. But I think you have to evolve. I think that the days of the way we used to coach in the 80s and the 90s, and like we always hear about it, right? Like no water breaks in football, no, like we don't believe in any of that stuff. Like that stuff just doesn't exist anymore. And you got to have a relationship with your players. They got to feel invested into the program. They got to feel like they have a voice in the program. And I think that's probably the biggest thing. I mean, you got to continue to involve with the game. The game's changing. Like you got to stay up with what's new and what's changing and how things are being taught, and just how you're going to handle the players. We coach in a different world. Than it was in the 80s and 90s. Like it's just different. And so if you don't evolve, you're going to get lost. And like you got to keep learning. I say that every time. Like every time I go to a coaching convention, I want to bring two things home with me that I can use.
Mm-hmm.
That we can put into our program and try to do different and try to get better. So as players, we try to get better every day, and as coaches, we got to try to get better every day.
So you talk about evolving. I don't think much more has evolved in all of college athletics than the last few years. 10 years ago, you find a diamond in the rough from some small town in Michigan. You've got him for 4 years. You're going to keep him and develop him, where now, hey, kid comes and has a breakout freshman or sophomore season. You have to worry about maybe someone coming to poach him. How have you navigated the transfer portal? Because it doesn't feel like anyone has any real answers because it's kind of the Wild West out there. How has Adrian baseball adjusted to this? Because it is, again, it's the Wild West. What have you done and how have you navigated this?
Yeah, fortunately, we haven't we haven't had to deal with it a lot. Our guys have kind of liked it here and felt like this is home for them. So fortunately, we haven't had to deal with it a lot. I hope we don't. I hope we continue to create an environment that guys want to stay and want to compete and want to be successful. I really just think it's hard in the transfer portal. Like, I haven't wrapped my mind around how you build team culture and how you build accountability if you got a lot of one-hit wonders. Like, they're there 1 year and then they're gone. Like I think that's the challenge for all of us, whether we're at Division 1, 2, or 3, is how do you build that, and how do you get that relationship with a guy that's going to be here for 1 year or 2 years, and so I think I don't really think I have a great answer for you because it's still so new into the process, but I just would say, like, we have stayed very true to our roots of trying to recruit high school kids. Like, I think one of the best things, or the biggest thing our college does and our program does, is develop guys. And like, that's one of our selling points here is, like, if you truly want to develop, like, we will develop you. Like, we have a full-time strength coach. We have a dietitian that works through our cafeteria. We have a big coaching staff. We have all the technology. Like, if you really want to invest in yourself, we're here to invest in you. And we want to make you the best player that we can make you. Can you do that by going to 4 schools in 4 years? I don't know. Like, I don't know how you do that. If every year I got to go to a new school and I got to, try to find playing time, I got to meet people, I got to figure out how they run their program, who are the guys, like, that I'm going to learn from. Like, I think it's just different. Like, so yeah, I don't know. It's going to be a challenge moving forward. I think, I think there's, like, I hope at some point we figure out how to do it maybe a better way than what we're doing it right now in the transfer portal. But I also think once you open up Pandora's box, it's hard to close it, right? And, like, I mean, everybody's had the free will to do whatever they want for the last few years. It's kind of hard to put rules and regulations around that now, but I think there has to be some kind of mutual ground, right? It can't be 4 schools in 4 years.
No, but you talked about going to get a lot of high school kids. When you're going to recruit a kid, are you looking more for, let's say a Mike Rice that, okay, he doesn't have the greatest measurables and he kind of is what he is, right? You're going to get a baseball player, but he doesn't have this huge ceiling. Or do you go for the guy that maybe isn't quite ready for college ball, but, he has this amazing frame and you think, ooh, if I get 2 years with this strength staff, with this dietitian, he can develop into an All-American, a superstar. What are you looking at when you go to high school kids?
Yeah, I mean, I think that is true. I think we're like, I mean, everybody can see it on PBR. Like, if you're in the top 75 or top 50 or wherever that number is that year in the high school rankings, like, we probably aren't talking to you, right? You're going to end up somewhere else. There's a couple guys that maybe fit in, but, like, the majority of our guys are going to be those guys that, have some tools, but need some things that they got to develop. I mean, like, we get guys that just need to fill into their body, or they need to, work on a tool or two and develop that stuff. And, so we look a lot on projectability, upside, where we see you 2-3 years down the road, and what our program can do for you. I mean, and that goes back to the whole thing that we try to sell our recruits on. Like, we have a plan here, and like, we know how we're going to operate. We know how we're going to do things, and you can get in and be part of that plan, and we'll try to make you the best player you can be. But I mean, there's certain things they gotta have, right? And like, coachability and the desire and the work ethic and things. And that's why I tell all of our recruits, like, if I go watch, a game, I'm going to be there an hour before the game starts, because I want to see how you warm up. I want to see how you take the field. I want to see how you interact with your teammates. I need to see IO before the game, because if you're a shortstop, like, you may never get a ball hit to you in the game. So I got to see what you do there. I got to see how you warm up. Like, because those things you can't coach, right? I can't coach attitude. I can't coach work ethic. I can't coach being a good teammate. Like, those are traits that you have at 18, 19. And if you haven't developed them, like, that's going to be really hard. I can coach you to be a better hitter. I can coach you to throw harder or throw a better breaking ball, but I can't teach you the intangibles.
Hey, Coach, I was just curious, with the number of junior colleges, baseball programs in the state of Michigan, I wonder how often you recruit from those levels, even though they won't be 4-year guys, but they're not exactly transfer portal guys either. They're looking for a place to finish out their career.
Yeah, we tap into the junior colleges for sure, and I think that's great. I think those programs, there's a lot of really good programs in the state and things, and I think you'd be crazy not to tap into them. But it's got to be a fit, right? It's like those guys got 2 years left in their playing career. They're not looking to come here and have to work or have to figure out, develop for a year to get to play 1 year. Like, they got to kind of be, we call them plug and play guys. Like, they got to be able to plug into the lineup and be able to play. And we got to have a need for them. Like, it doesn't make any sense for me to, go out and recruit, a catcher if we don't have a need for a catcher, because he's got 2 years left. I might as well go get a high school guy that I can have for 4 years. So I think there's a value, a real value to those guys, because they have played, they have experience, they understand college. They don't go through the same kind of struggles that freshman guys go through, with trying to learn a routine, figure out college baseball and how it all plays out. Like, they've already done that. So they do, like, if you have spots and needs for them, they can come in and make an immediate impact and really help your program. But I would say we're probably a little more particular on like recruiting there, like as a recruiting to high school, where like that kid's got a little bit more time to develop and get into the lineup, where the junior college guy's got to be a guy that can come in day one and help your program.
Hey, Coach Jay again. So 33 years coaching, success. I think you just got your 850th win recently. So over this time, what separates a consistently winning program like yours versus other programs? What do you think it is that you do that's brought you this much success?
Yeah, I mean, I think we talk about it every day about expectation levels, commitment to the program. We do some things different, like that. I mean, I would say we're a blue collar team. Like, we're going to go grind it out. Like, we're still going to play the game. I would say more like it used to be played. Like, we're going to try to hit and run. We're going to try to bunt. We're going to try to play great defense. We're going to, I tell our guys every year, it's, if we can pitch it and we can play defense, we got a chance to win. Like, the hitting, you can't out hit every team every day. Like, you're going to run up against good pitchers, and that's going to be life. You're going to have to figure out how to win a 2-1 game, and you're going to have to figure out how to win a 14-13 game. And there's going to be different ways to do it, but like, we work hard. Like, I think every program works hard, but I think our guys understand, like, it's a grind, and being a team that, like, every year, like, somebody's got you as their bullseye. Like, hey, like, if we're gonna win, like, we got to beat Adrian. Like, and I think that's tough, and it takes a different mindset, and it takes a different person that wants to do that. Like, we talk about it, when we start our season, is like, we basically through 15 games now have had no give me games. There's no games where, like, you're like, well, we show up, we play decent, like, we don't beat ourselves, like, we should win. Like, we don't have any of those games. Like, we go out and we're playing, and like, we could lose 2-1, we could win 2-1. Like, and I think it's just a different mindset and a different way of going about things. But I really think our guys are just grinders. Like, and they grind out at bats, they grind out games. I mean, we won 3 pretty close games this weekend. No, like, it was 3 battles, but I think that just makes us tougher and stronger and gets us, better for the season.
Yeah, it's a winning culture there. You guys know that I work with, high school kids looking to go to college. Whenever I see someone commit to Adrian, I know they're a dog. I know they're a dude, right? Like, it's just one of those guys, one of those schools that Coach Rainey gets guys. I got a couple quick things, and I just interrupted you guys. I'm sorry. 2008, I think 2008 was when the field was built.
Yes, correct.
Were you responsible for the Adrian double? Like, who designed, and we could tell the guys about what it is, but, like, was that your idea, or did that just happen, or what happened there?
Well, the Adrian double was, it wasn't by my design. It was probably more of a turf.
Yeah.
And trying to save some money on turf. And you see a lot of people doing it because, like, turf is turf, right? Like, the bigger your follow areas are, the more money you're spending on turf. So we had a budget to work within, and we knew how much follow ground we could have and how much, square footage we needed for the field. And it was kind of a little bit, I would say, maybe not misdesigned, but it wasn't built to the way it was designed. We should have had about 4 feet in the right and left field corner before the foul pole. And when they set the foundations for the turf, it didn't end up that way. I don't know why, but it was a miss. So now it's a lot tighter. It's about 24 inches down there in the corner instead of about 48.
So how far behind first base does that start? Right, it's like 100-foot double, right? 120-foot double.
Oh yeah, it starts coming in about 30 feet behind first base.
Yeah.
And starts
so think about where first base is. You just do a little hook, and it's a ground rule double.
If you're a right-handed hitter and you hit a flare over the first baseman's head off the end of the bat with some spin on it, it's going to hit in right field and it's going to bounce over the the fence down the foul line, and it's going to be an Adrian double.
Yeah, so it's really cool.
Hitters love it.
Yeah,
hitters love the field, man. If you're a hitter, you got to love our field because if you foul out, like, that's an accomplishment at our place. Like, you've done something that's really hard to do.
Yeah.
So and you can get a double on a 120-foot or 120-foot like end cap swing if you're a righty. You can get a double.
We were playing there in 2021 when I was coaching at Cardinal Mooney. It was the regionals. I don't know if it was Coach Rainey or Coach Klotz, or we're at home plate, and one of the coaches, you meet with the umpire, they're like, just beware of the Adrian double. And I'm like, what the hell is that? I'm not kidding you. The first at bat of the game, we gave up an Adrian double. It just happens.
Has Craig Rainey, the athletic director, ever had to have a conversation with Craig Rainey, the baseball coach?
Jeez.
Yeah, so I work primarily with our pitchers, and there's been some times we've had some chats with myself about whether I can still be the pitching coach when we're walking guys or things. Like, I'm like, we walk too many guys on the weekend. I come in the office on Monday and sit in one seat and then go to the other seat, and we have a conversation back and forth about how we're not going to walk people. So
what a great question.
Yeah,
and great answer.
I mean, sometimes, if he's got to answer to someone, he's got to explain himself why he maybe left a guy in for an extra pitch or why he gave a quick hook.
Well, I know he'll have to explain it to Klotz. So hey, we want to be respectful to your time. I did just a little bit of inside digging. So I think for our last question, if you guys are okay with that, and Coach Rainey, if you're all right with that.
Sure, whatever.
I want to see how you react to this question. I think you'll know who gave it to me once you know the answer. So, who is your favorite roommate when you're on the road?
Well, I've only had one, so it's going to be hard not to be he's got to be my favorite roommate because it's just him and I usually.
Yeah.
So that's Coach Klotz.
Coach Klotz. Coach Klotz gave me some good stuff today, and that's about the only thing I could have shared since this is going to be public. Apparently, Coach Klotz snores like crazy, and it's just a running joke, right? Is that what that's all about? Where he
does enjoy his snoring. Yes.
Does he have the CPAP machine when you're sleeping?
Not him. He doesn't care.
He doesn't. But there have been times when, like, I may have taken my pillow in the night and just smacked him with it to get him to roll over. once he's on his side, he's good. You just can't. You got to get him to roll over.
I did want one more question.
All right, go ahead.
We didn't ask this kind of question, and I want to know, just is there a win over these years that kind of stands out to you, that's meant the most to you?
I don't think there's a win. I mean, there's probably, a top 10 list of wins that are, different or special. Making it to the College World Series the first time and getting a win at the College World Series is obviously something that's different. We had a walk-off win in that year in the regionals to walk it off and to get to the World Series. That was a pretty special moment. First conference championship, it's pretty special. Like I said, I still remember my first college win, 1-0 over Loras. We hit a home run in the 10th, and Coach Harrington threw 9 complete innings and things. So, like, there's just things that stick out that you remember. And I think when 10 years down the road, 20 years down the road, when you can still remember all of those things that happened, like that's a pretty special win. Like this past year, we had a walk-off, in the conference tournament in the 11th inning, we had a walk-off win on our home field. Like that, it was electric. Like, that'll always stand out in my mind as a great win and things. So I don't know if there's a one, but there's probably a top 10, or maybe now that I've been at it for 30 years, there's a top 20 or 25 list is getting there.
It's got a lot to pick from.
We just keep, you just keep hoping you can add to the memories and add to the fun times and give guys the opportunity to be successful and enjoy some of those moments. I've been very fortunate. I've got to enjoy a lot of them. Players, you got a 4-year window to enjoy them and things. So I think that's important for us to give those guys the opportunity to enjoy some of those moments.
Well, Coach, I appreciate you being our first ever guest. I'm glad Mike was able to rope you into this. Good luck the rest of the year, but I think you know what you're doing at this point.
We'll try. Thanks, guys. I appreciate you having us on, and I know I've set the bar low, so the rest of them will be way better than this. So,
no, you did.
I appreciate you guys having me on, man. It was awesome.
We appreciate you coming on.
Yep. Thanks, Coach.
All right, we'll see you.
All right.
Thanks,
see you guys.
Coach. Good luck to you.
Yep.
All right, thank you to Craig Rainey. A great first guest we had here, and thanks for joining these knuckleheads. Now, we're not going to do Did You See That Shit? We're going to have a fun segment. Because Jay decided not to have any names, we're going to put him in the hot seat. Well, yes.
Again.
So we are going to...
Every week.
I put a link in the show sheet that they obviously didn't click, and it's called the Jay Torture Quiz, just because it's going to be one quiz. And Jay, you're going to have a timer, and you're going to see how well you can do while we ridicule you. So if you'd like to scroll down on the show sheet, please, and click on the link where it says Jay's Torture Quiz.
I see Jay's torture list. Now I got to click the link.
Click it. Technology. Now click.
It says College World Series.
Yes. So what you're going to do is click the other blue part. Yep, click that. What you're going to have to do is name us as many College World Series champions as you can in 6 minutes.
Are you kidding me?
There's 78.
Are you kidding
What's
me?
the over-under?
So I got to name how
wait,
many?
what is it? How many?
There's 78. You don't have to do them in order. If you type a name once, every time that team has won will show up.
All right.
Well, I can't type and talk in this microphone. I got to
Have
hold the
Tommy do
microphone.
it.
So
You have a mic stand just to your left, Jay.
There you go.
Technology.
Can he type?
technology.
All right.
Can you guys even hear me? I can't
Yeah,
even
we
hear
can hear.
myself.
Yeah.
We can hear. Get it done.
Okay.
All right, hit play quiz, and you
wanna-
have 6 minutes.
I want to see
What
him type like
I think I'm putting the over-under at 20.
Play quiz.
You think he's going to get 20?
Yes. So he's going
He has-
Vanderbilt first. See, that's 2 right there. 'Cause
Yeah.
Vanderbilt's
Yeah.
won twice.
Yeah.
And now he's thinking.
Hey,
going-
while he's doing
going
that,
Tennessee,
one
yeah.
thing we should have asked Coach Rainey
Yeah.
is he took over the Adrian program in '94.
Yeah.
and that was mine and Jay's senior year. We got no phone
Florida
calls from
State
Adrian.
come through.
No, Florida did.
You didn't get recruited by him?
No. I should have.
He's going Florida. Florida State has not won it.
Okay.
He's at 4 with 520. Yeah, he's gonna get. I bet you he gets 25.
No
There's
way.
one that's like
He's
16.
gonna quit. He's gonna like get through like 3 minutes and be like,
pepper dye.
Did he do it? I told
He
you.
said pepper
I told you he would do pepper dye.
How did he get
Cal State Fullerton's got to be coming up soon.
He's
Cal
not supposed
Full.
to help him.
You had put
Did
a
they
space.
win it with
put a space.
was it Phil Nevin on that team?
So okay, is that Cal State? I can't. Even...
Yeah, it's just not tight.
See, he's listening to you.
Oh yeah. Oh,
Yeah, but I
there you
know
go. There
that
you go.
already.
There's the 4.
He goes,
so he's
"Yeah,
at
but I know that."
11
He
right
goes, "Yeah,
now.
but I know
All right, what,
Okay,
talk through your thought process here.
Who are
Or
you
just
thinking right
type.
now? Who are you thinking?
Oklahoma.
State.
Well, Oklahoma. So, now you have to type Oklahoma again because Oklahoma has won it twice.
Oh, so where is
That's
he?
why it's doing that to me.
He's
'cause I
gotta
think
be.
I'm
He's
putting
got
in state.
13.
How did he get some from like the 1940s? That's the only one Oklahoma
Which one
State
did-
has won.
Really?
Because he likes Oklahoma State.
I thought they were Barry Sanders.
Who else?
So let's
you know
see,
what
he
all
has-
Oh, the guy. I mean,
So right now he has Cal State Fullerton,
Mike Gundy.
Pepperdine,
I'm a man.
Oklahoma
I'm 40
State,
years old.
Tennessee, Vanderbilt, Florida. You just tried to do Auburn.
Nope, nothing.
You know who won? I think won it.
Every other team in that league.
One of the teams that I'm responsible for.
Let's see, Vanderbilt. I don't know
Yeah.
anybody else. I can't think of anybody else. I'm trying to
That you've
That's-
named every. All right, talk.
I can't think of anybody else.
That's a bold,
We knew it.
bold strategy,
He's
Cotton.
at
Let's see how that
14.
works out.
He's got 3.5 minutes left. Jay, come on.
What did you? What was your? You said 20.
trying.
Yeah.
Just name random.
I don't even know that many colleges.
You don't have to eat the mic, Jay. Don't pull the mic.
on.
Come on.
You can.
Although Mike did a pretty good job at the mic today.
Yes, he did. He was not
know.
as squirmy.
Wasn't bad.
All right. Let's see. What's he going
We
for?
were talking about
Carolina.
duct taping you.
No, nah. Tar Heels haven't.
He's just naming random schools.
Yeah.
That's fine. That's
Do it.
South Carolina. Shout out Joel Seddon. Yes, that's you got
one.
two. You got 2. They won back to back.
St. Clair High School.
Yes.
Trying to think who else.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Was that part of the Cronenworth?
Yeah, he was.
year?
It was funny when Cronenworth was in high school. Seddon was the big deal,
Yeah.
and then it was later that Cronenworth became, an MLB All Star.
that-
Oh, who did he just get?
I saw
He's got
him,
a lot.
I saw him pitch
Arizona.
against Warren Woods
Is
Tower.
he Googling shit?
No.
No. What do you get? Arizona and Miami. It looks like.
Oh,
there's
he's
a
got it
bunch.
now.
Who is that you just put in? Arizona State. So yeah, he's at 29 of 78. He's gotten 4 from this past decade.
So he's not doing too bad. And he's been on a computer for longer than
Too late.
6 minutes.
He
so that's
went
pretty
too
good.
late.
Did he really?
Yes, he just tried Tulane. I know there are. Oh wait, who he just got? Texas.
Yeah,
Okay.
good call.
I know there are people at home just screaming some names.
Yep.
What do Texas A space and M, no space.
I like it. Dude.
Trying to think.
He's at 35. This has gone better than I think. I mean, again, there's one that can get him to like 50 right now.
I don't. Honestly, I
Louisville.
wouldn't even do well with this.
Yes, you would.
Hit it.
Louisville has not won it. Hey Jay, what show are we on? Not Kentucky. He's so focused.
How about Michigan?
There we go. 2 way back when, Ike was a political figure.
Bill Freehand.
Who else?
Was he their catcher?
Nebraska has not won it.
Oh wait.
I'm proud of you, Jay.
Is that Kent?
You're actually gonna finish.
Kent
What are
State?
you about to make a? Did you just
He's
type
like-
8 equal sign equal sign?
Kentucky Tech.
Now he's just naming phallic states. Said Ball State. Come on, you got
Ball State University.
And every
Why
time
is
just
he-
swallows the mic every time.
Jesus.
He's at
Oh, God, I
37.
can't
You
think
got
of anybody else.
Yes, you can.
Who won it last year?
I have no clue.
I'm assuming he put LSU in there.
Nope.
No.
Oh my gosh! I mean, that's like
Thank you.
that's like the biggest.
Stop eating the mic.
Oh my gosh!
Oh God, I don't even know who else.
It's more than half, though.
It's been only SEC schools for like
Virginia,
20
buddy.
years.
Boom. Got that one.
46.
Why are you looking at me like you wanted to fight me because you got one right?
Oh, hold on.
What are you trying to spell?
How long did it take to come up
Georgia.
with this little quiz?
It's Brady.
It's called
dude.
Sporkle.
He did it.
Is
at
it?
Go find
lunchtime.
Sporkle. No, I didn't make this.
Did Georgia make it on there?
Yes, Georgia did in like 1970.
You can see that.
Yes.
No Georgia
Dude,
Tech.
no chance.
No way.
10 seconds. He's at 47. That's pretty good.
That's not bad.
6, 5, 4.
I mean, but he just
Reggie
named
Bush.
college.
Yeah.
Look how many USC
Jay.
there
Fucking
are.
USC.
Jay, how
an
happy would
obvious
you
one.
be for that percentage in a test
He got
in high school?
62.
62 D's.
Yeah, that's a
D's
D.
are passing.
I think that was a D at our Catholic school. I don't know.
Shitty
it's
passing
still a-
grade
is
right
it-
there.
Yeah,
Probably
I
a
mean,
D minus.
they just
but I
need you
mean-
to-
No, it wasn't. No, 65 was a D. That was an F.
Oh,
62%.
F, perfect. It's what you guys thought would happen. So
And the fact that the average score is the average score is 69 when people do this.
Wow.
And he
That's
got
not
a
bad.
62.
and I'm talking on a sports college baseball podcast.
Why did you just describe
Thank you.
like how my wife would describe my work? He does sports podcasts
Yeah.
on baseball.
He talks on a
Yeah.
sports podcast with a microphone.
That's all.
Okay, yep. Round of applause
All
for
right,
Jay.
good job, Jay.
Now, I will warn you, I am going to put each of you, at some point, just randomly, I'm going to put you guys in the hot seat,
Oh,
too,
yeah.
with different ones.
That'll be
It
good.
might be all-time home run list. It might be...
Jersey numbers. I'll dominate.
Do not give him jersey numbers because
No.
he's good at that one. You got to pick something he's
It
not
might
good
Oh,
at.
be
you can
like-
challenge me, though, and I'll amaze people with it.
Gotta
No one
amaze
will care.
people with something.
That sounds
All right. Anyway, Jay, thank you for getting in the hot seat. Now do your damn homework.
Okay. I mean, I was told
right.
to just come here and talk.
No, I said one name from every team. One name.
Okay, one name from every team next week.
It's not that bad. You saw the box scores, right?
I did.
He learned what a box score is.
I did.
So, all right. Anything else before we finish this up, gentlemen?
Do we want to talk about who our guest is next week?
Do
Well,
we
we
have
can
that
skip it.
confirmed? Do we have it confirmed?
Yeah. We'll
right.
skip it. We'll
All
surprise
right.
people.
Sounds good. You'll have to listen next week. Jay, Doug, Mike, good job.
Nope. Thanks
You
for
did better
coming.
than I thought you would, Jay. So thank you all for listening to the Walk-Ons podcast. Follow us on social media. Give us a review, 5 stars, the whole hoopla, and we will talk to you next week.
Bye.